All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of John's Trading Journal. This is episode 6, and in this episode, I'm going to be going over BBBY. The reason why I chose this trade to go over is because this is a good example of why not sticking to your defined risk can cost you big. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into some charts. All right, everybody, welcome in. So here's a chart. This is gonna be BBBY. This is gonna be BBBBBBY. So what I was playing here is I was playing this breakout. My risk was right here at 350. So I went in when it started to break out. It pulled back a little bit. It didn't hit my risk, and so once it made a higher low and it kept going up, that's when I added to my position. I was like, okay, this thing's gonna work. I ended up selling about, I believe, 25% here just to lock in some gains. It consolidated again right here at this 4 level, but it consolidated pretty high. So the lowest it went was about 388, but it consolidated mostly around 390. So I was like, okay, this is good. This is good. It's still showing some strength around this whole number. And then once it broke past 4, it just ended up going. And I locked in some gains right here at 450. Around 460, 450, I was all like, is this gonna keep going, or is this gonna get stuffed at 450? So that's the reason why I took some gains here at 450. And then it went through this again, and I was all like, okay, cool. The next level I need to be worried about is gonna be 5. So at 5, I saw this. It wasn't breaking. It was showing some resistance. So that's why I sold another portion, 75%. And I thought I was going to be okay and let this ride, but my emotions took over, and mentally I didn't have a clear risk, even though I mentally said to myself, don't sell unless it breaks past 433. And I didn't listen to myself, and I got overwhelmed with anxiety, with uncertainty, with FOMO, fear of missing out, fear of missing out my profits. I got overwhelmed with all of that, and I ended up selling my position. If I would have just stuck to just, hey, if it doesn't, keep your risk at 430. Keep your risk at 430. If I would have stuck to that, then I would have been able to catch this. It went from 4, it broke past 5 really quick, and went from 5 to almost $6. To be honest with you guys, fairly quickly, and then from 6 almost to 7 fairly quickly as well. And because I didn't I didn't stick to my risk, I missed this big move. And if you watch my past recaps, this isn't the first time where this has happened, where I don't stick to my risk and I missed a big move. Now, I still made, I think it was like 19%. It was an 18% return for $37. So yes, I still made money on this, but I didn't I didn't stick to my risk with the last 25%. And that's something that I've always had trouble with. And I don't know why I have trouble with this. I've already locked in gains. My position size with the 25% isn't huge. So if I end up losing money, I'll just be losing a couple bucks. So honestly, I don't. I was just really overwhelmed with uncertainty, and I was overwhelmed with anxiety. If I'm just being completely honest with you guys. And I had a mental talk to myself when I sold this. If this runs, are you going to be okay with missing this out? And I said to myself, yes, you're going to be okay. Would you rather miss this out than feel this, uncertainty and anxiety that you're feeling? And obviously the answer to that was yes, because I exited my position. But now looking back, I don't think that it was worth it, because this would have been, this really would have been a nice breakout trade, because all this was just a short squeeze. Like this was a short, it consolidated right under 4. Boom, it broke out. It had resistance right here at 5. I should know, Jonathan, it's going to pull back at a whole number. Just keep that risk intact. And it ended up bouncing, consolidated a little bit more, and it blew right past 5s. It went 5 to 550 within, what's that, like 5 minutes? And I know 5 minutes may seem like a long time, but when you're trading this, it's pretty quick. It's pretty quick. And then this was kind of like the this was the green light for it to be like, oh shit, this is gonna run. And so it ended up running, broke past 6 into 7. 7 was the top. And yeah. So this is a learning lesson for me to always, always, always stick to my risk no matter what. And that's hard. I've always had trouble moving my risk up and sticking to it when I'm in the green. I don't know why. I guess just because, trading, this is new feelings I've never felt before, feelings that are more enhanced since I have real money on the line, and it's like, oh, I made a call and the call is going right, and I don't want that to go to waste, so let me lock in my gains. There's just a lot of things that go on in my head, but one thing that I have learned is just stick to your risk. Stick to your risk. It's a lot easier said than done. But one thing that I've learned from my friend Logan, I remember he was in a trade one time. It took I think it was like a day or two. And I was like, dude, you still haven't sold? He's like, it hasn't hit my risk. And to me, I was just like, wow, like, good for you. I aspire to be like that. I really do. Because it's very systematic trading. It hasn't hit my risk, so I'm not going to sell. It hasn't hit my risk, so I'm not going to sell. And I think that's just something I need to repeat to myself over and over and over again when I'm doing this. When I go into a trade and I set a risk, I have no problem cutting once it reaches that risk. I only have a problem once I'm in the trade and it's working and I move up my risk and I don't stick to that. It's usually the last 50 to 75% where I get sloppy with not sticking to my risk. Let me go ahead. What I would like to show you guys is I want to show you guys a chart on Thinkorswim. Yeah, so this was the breakout that I was playing right here. Got in, boom, it pulled back, and then this is where I added right here. This is the 5s where it was this is the 4s where it was consolidating. Boom, and then all right here is where I just got too emotional, and then all this is what I missed. All that is what I missed. And then after hours it just tanked again, and yeah. So let me go back to my face. Yeah, you guys, check this out. So it went from 7 after hours, and then now it's just back to 316 where it ended today on Tuesday, February 7th, 2023. Let me get back to my face here. 1 second. Bam. All right, you guys. So that was the trade for BBIG. Good trade. Lots of learning to do. Lots of more discipline to practice. And that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode 6 of John's Trading Journal. I appreciate it, and maybe you learned something. I know I for sure learned something. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe and have a good day.